Hey everybody, welcome to the OPT2LIV kitchen. Here we go again. So excited to be presenting all this information because Amy, you always say food is medicine. So you have to be a mini scientist definitely for what this is in your life. So today we're talking about protein. You're obviously the expert on this. And we have here kind of a big variety. This is right out of our kitchen.
It is, literally,
So
from our fridge and
we eat
cupboards.
this stuff all the time. So where should we begin?
Well, we thought we'd show you just some examples. A lot of people have questions about other ways to get protein. Let's start with the more classic meat. That's something that people think of easily, you know, that meat has protein. But let's go through how we choose, if we're at the grocery or ordering online, how we're going to pick our protein. We talked before in our podcasts and things, but the most important thing is the grass-fed or pasture-raised, and this is from Aldi. And so this is a great way to get some, if you're one that wants some red meat. Again, they should be smaller serving sizes. It's kind of your condiment or meat, Dr. Hyman always says. Right. So a fourth of this is going to give us 19 grams of protein.
And they'll also say a deck of cards. Of course, we're Hoosiers, so we're from the area, so euchre's a big deal. But you know, you could imagine if you cut that in half, and then that in half, so there's 4 servings, or 4 decks of cards in this. So when you're at the store, you're like, okay, how do I know? Well, that's a good way to know. With most of the meats, the whole food meat stuff.
And then you have chicken, and this is from Costco, and organic. It's often, again, hard to find. It can be quite expensive, and so thank goodness, more than just health food stores are now carrying these nice meats. So this is an organic chicken breast. This came in actually, I think, 3 in 1. So we freeze them. And then again, this has a lot. This is 24 grams of protein in 4 ounces, which again is about a deck of cards. Moving on to other things, lunch meat. There are a lot of chemicals, nitrates, preservatives in things such as hot dogs and lunch meat, so you want to choose wisely. This is an example of something where it says USDA organic. It also talks about no binders, fillers, or carrageenan. So again, nitrates, nitrites. So it's really important. And honestly, most places, Aldi, Kroger, Target, Meijer, wherever, that we got this through Green Bean Delivery. This is
Keyword
a lot of
here,
people.
Uncured.
Uncured. A lot of people like hot dogs. And they're not on our list of superfoods, but it's, you know, when you want a hot dog, you want to choose wisely. And so, this one is, here's beef for Eric, turkey for Amy. But again, back to the whole uncured, because uncured means that it doesn't have all the preservatives and fillers and things like that. And honestly, I got this at Target.
Can you see what this says right here? Tell them. You can find grass-fed
at Target.
At Target.
That's right. So, and
Keyword,
they're honestly,
grass-fed.
they're very good. No antibiotics
if
and all of that.
Find it.
So great sources. Moving on to things such as eggs and
You're not
dairy.
going to get into this scary thing yet?
Well, this isn't meat yet, so we'll go to that next. We'll do eggs. Eggs are great source. Look for pasture-raised or grass-fed. But an egg only has, and this is a large egg, so 6 to maybe 8 grams of protein per egg. But they're great food. So eggs are a good one.
Great source of
protein.
protein.
You can add in as protein.
I just happen to be allergic to the yolks right now because I used to eat them every day.
I didn't put cheese out here, but I can't do dairy, so I don't do a lot of cheese. But you can do, if you want to get a good grass-fed, pasture-raised cheese, that's another good source of protein. All right, so moving on to our, I didn't include seafood either. Let's do seafood. Like cans of tuna. This actually, I think is chicken because I ate the tuna yesterday. But you can get cans of tuna, and that's a really good source of protein as well.
So now let's talk sardines to tuna. The bigger the fish, generally, the longer they've been around, and there's more potential for toxic metals and some of these things. So a sardine, a tiny little fish, is ultimately going to be better for you. Probably less chance of having metals than the tuna. I've tried to avoid that because there was one point a couple years ago that I was off the charts on mercury, so I've kind of cut out most of the big fish for me.
And salmon and others. So we have a nice list that we'll share with you as members to help you pick fish wisely, and also to just help you pick sources of protein so that you can add more in your day. Then we move on to,
What
this
is
is
this
much
stuff?
less likely to be in your cupboards, but we love this.
It's good. We know how to
tempeh,
cook it,
and
right?
it's a fermented form of soy. So you can use tempeh, you can use tofu. Again, we're out of tofu because we had that a couple days ago. Stay tuned. We want to
Let's
do
be honest. This is a soy product, and Amy's showing you the front. It's not the prettiest looking stuff. But usually I take it out of this, cut it into little slices, and then we usually put it on, we fry it up in coconut oil, olive oil. Coconut's better for the
Saute it.
higher heats.
It's firm. It's a really firm, and so it does kind of have a meaty texture, and it's what is it, 18 grams in about a third of this, which we can easily eat half of it ourselves.
And we usually, when we do buy soy, we usually try to get the non-GMO.
Non-GMO. This is non-GMO
very
down
good.
at the bottom, you can see. And soy, again, non-GMO soy has a lot of health benefits. You just have to choose wisely and use the non-GMO. Same for tofu. And we're going to have, when I said stay tuned, we're going to have our own kitchen video for you on how, we'll show you how we cook and prepare tempeh and tofu.
And the non-GMO for this product, the soybeans, generally there's less toxins, right? They've been sprayed with less herbicides and pesticides and that kind of stuff. So.
And then you can get the benefits. And beans are a great source. Lentils, again, you want to try to get things, if something has a protective covering or a shell, then it's not as important that it's organic, but beans and things that are going to leach out chemicals or pesticides and fertilizers and things, it's nice to see if you can find something organic. And so lentils are a great source of protein as well as fiber. So 10 grams in 1/4 of a cup. And you can get canned beans as well, and you can get good sources of protein that way too. Something that we've really started doing a lot more because we like some pasta here and there, and pasta can have a lot of carbs and wheat and things. And so when you get something that has more protein in it, such as Bonza pasta, has 22 grams of protein.
That's garbanzo beans, right?
And a lot of fiber. And then you have red lentils. I think Max wants to be in our video. Red lentil spaghetti is another option. And again, this has a lot. It has 13 grams of protein per serving. So 2 great options if you're trying to, again, it's the portions, remember, and our serving sizes, but it's a great way to, when you are wanting something like that, to get that through.
These are surprisingly very
plant-based.
tasty, I got to say.
Great. I love them.
More so than some of the rice pasta that we've had.
Yeah, rice pasta is
sure.
sticky and does not have nearly as much protein.
Yep.
Let's move on into nuts and seeds. Nuts are a great source. The thing I wanted
I
to
eat these
show
every day, but you can eat
is
too
what
many
a
of them.
serving size is. It's about a 1/4 cup.
Oh, I'm violating
So
that.
again, this is about a handful.
No, maybe
These
not.
are
Probably
walnuts. You can do mixed nuts, which are great. And so good source, good fat, fiber, and protein. So it's a great snack in the middle of the day to stabilize your blood sugar. Protein through peanut butter is also. Now, the caution, a lot of people get peanut butter, and if you look at this one, this is not, there's no added sugar or high fructose corn syrup, which is Jif and Skippy and a lot of them, honestly, they just have a lot of additives and things. All this has in it, honestly, I think is peanuts and maybe a little bit of salt. So there you go, dry roasted peanuts.
Non-GMO.
Yep, so there you go. And you just want to get the serving size as well. 2 tablespoons equals 7 grams of protein. And then another option is using something like a powder, PB2 powder. It does not have the good fats and all of that, but sometimes like the other day I threw it in my smoothie because I just wanted that little
nice
flavor.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a great way. So 6 grams of protein in 2 tablespoons, another great source. What next? Let's go on into other neat ideas for, instead of just always going to nuts, remember variety is important because there are so many different nutrients and benefits in all of the different variety. Like the different nuts have different nutrients, and same with things like seeds, pumpkin seeds. These are sprouted pumpkin seeds, and you get 8 grams of protein in a 1/4 cup of that. And then this has been a really good way to add extra protein for us, especially If you're
Oh,
not
yes.
breakfast, or if you're not someone that likes a lot of meat, then this is good. The
Isn't
hemp
that packed
seeds.
full of enzymes as well? I think
It
you
has
said
all kinds of
that.
good stuff and good fats. 10 grams of protein and 3 tablespoons. Same as chia. We've heard a lot about chia seeds. There's 6 grams of protein and 2 tablespoons.
And that's easy to put on. I know you're getting ready to get to what we
Yes,
have for breakfast,
breakfast.
sometimes the yogurt stuff. But you didn't get to this one, I'm sorry.
So, well, and then that's back to the whole breakfast. It's hard to get good protein for breakfast. And so yogurt, we do a lot of yogurt parfaits.
This is me every day, right
Eric
down
does
here.
his, and I do my non-dairy yogurt. Hard to find a non-dairy yogurt that has much protein in it. This one has 6 grams and 3/4 of a cup, so it's not bad. It's an almond milk yogurt. But instead of adding just regular granola, which is just a lot of carbs and sugar usually, we did find this at Costco. It's a keto nut granola. It does have a tiny bit of dairy in it, but it's got all kinds. It's packed with sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and coconut chips, almonds, pecans. So really, really nice crunch and flavor. And you get 5 grams of protein and 1/3 a cup. So if you put these together, and then we'll usually sprinkle something like hemp seeds or chia seeds.
And then the berries,
And
of
the
course,
berries,
which is
yeah.
not a protein, but
So it's a great source. And moving on into protein bars. A lot of people like to use protein bars, which is fine. You just have to look, or they'll call them or granola bars. You just have to make sure a lot of them are packed with sugar and carbs. And so this one, perfect bar. You can find it a lot of places, Aldi, again, Target, Kroger, probably Meijer, I don't know. And this one is really, it says 20 plus superfoods, 13 grams of protein, and non-GMO as well. So just be wise and really read labels. If there are, 20 ingredients, it might not be the best thing for you. Try to find something a little more pure and healthy.
how about this
and
guy?
we'll move on to
The
protein
big
powders.
powder.
Protein powders, we did our smoothie video.
I've been doing that
and,
for 20 plus years, at least.
And this is a great brand. There are so many brands out there. The thing I want to just make everyone be aware of is looking at the quality of protein powder. You can do whey. Whey's great for you if you can handle milk, and you can handle milk. But this one is pea and rice protein. And it has it's a complete protein with all of the amino acids, some vitamins and minerals. And so protein powders are a great way, especially for breakfast or like a midday, keeping your blood sugar even with some type of protein, because most of them have about 20 grams per serving.
And I think
so
we
it's a
found that
great-
when you get the protein in the morning, a lot of times, because it does help to stabilize the blood sugar a little bit, that you don't have that 9:30, 10 o'clock crash as much, it seems like, when we get the protein in, or at least for me.
I agree. Less you're not chasing your sugar and your insulin all day.
Right.
So again, starting with a nice quality protein breakfast, and hopefully we've given you some ideas here. And the last thing, a lot of people are into these non-dairy milks. I didn't realize it was on the front of both. There's the oat milks and the soy milks. I just thought it was interesting. Some, especially, and we're out of almond milk, but almond milk really does not have that much protein per serving. And oat milk, I don't know, it's 3 grams in a cup, but there are 16 grams of carbs. So be cautious. Some of these have a lot of hidden carbs.
This is 7 grams
and
of
the soy one
protein
has more.
with,
It's 7 grams.
1 cup.
And again, that's a non-GMO one. And I believe that also, most of your standard grocery stores are going to carry that. So hopefully we've been able to give you a lot of new ideas of protein, and with future videos, we'll show you how to serve them up and give you some great recipe ideas.
Very good. So as always, if you have ideas, send them our way. We're happy to continue to bring more information on different topics. So we wish you all a wonderful day, and grateful to have the opportunity to serve you. Take care.